When Senator Alhaji Ibrahim Madoki received the call, it was just past midnight. He was told his daughter, Zainab, a 22-year-old university student and fashion blogger, hadn't returned to her Lekki apartment. At first, he assumed it was a misunderstanding. Maybe she went out with friends. Maybe her phone died. Maybe she was just ignoring his calls again. But by morning, her driver confirmed she never made it to her dorm. Her last known location: a shopping plaza in Ikeja. 3 days later, her body was found under the Third Mainland Bridge, wrapped in a white bedsheet. Her throat was slit. In her left hand, a card. The Queen of Hearts. And on the back, in the same red ink as before: "Your power means nothing to me." This was no longer a secret. The murder of a senator's daughter made national headlines. Channels TV. 8. Sahara reporters. Even international outlets picked up the story. Now, people paid attention. The card player had gone from an urban legend to a full-blown national threat. The elite were terrified. Extra security was deployed in gated estates. High-ranking politicians demanded results. One even blamed foreign interference and called it ritual killings by opposition saboteurs. But Obesai knew better. This was personal. Forensic psychologist Dr. Ejiro Asamota, who had worked on high-profile profiling cases in Europe, was flown into Abuja. She studied the case files and declared something chilling. This man is not killing at random. He's playing chess. And he's 3 steps ahead. She noticed the escalation pattern. The earlier victims were symbolic. Practice runs. But Zainab's killing, that was intentional provocation. A warning. A challenge. The Queen of Hearts, Dr. Asamota said, symbolized dominance over power. A card that mocked the political class. And hinted at the killer's possible personal vendetta against the elite. The breakthrough came by accident. While analyzing the autopsy of Zainab's body, Dr. Asamota noticed a faint scratch, barely visible, on her left shoulder. It wasn't from a knife. It looked like a tattoo needle, a single stroke, as if someone began inking something but stopped. Police enhanced the mark and found it resembled the partial logo of a secret cult once active at the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, a group banned in 2003 after a string of student murders. Obesai's team pulled alumni records. One name stood out. Chijioke CJ Odenigbo, expelled in 2002 for psychiatric evaluation, disappeared in 2003. Last seen in Enugu. No known current address. But rumors said he operated under fake identities in Lagos and Port Harcourt, as a freelance medical assistant. His police file was sealed. When Obesai pushed to unseal it, he was warned off. "This is above your pay grade," a commissioner told him. But Obesai didn't stop. Obesai leaked CJ's partial profile to an anonymous crime blog under the alias Ghost Justice Ninja. He hoped someone would recognize the man and come forward. A week later, a street nurse in Mushin sent an encrypted email. She said she once worked alongside a quiet man named Dr. CJ at a charity clinic. He disappeared after a patient died mysteriously. That clinic. It was funded by Zainab Madoki's mother's NGO. Suddenly, the dots connected. CJ had been inside the Madoki family circle. Not as an attacker, but as a ghost. Was this a vendetta against the senator's family? A personal grudge? Or had CJ become obsessed with Zainab and then snapped? No one could say. But Obesai knew he had to find him fast. March 2020. An anonymous tip pointed Obesai to an abandoned house on the outskirts of Abeokuta. Inside, he found a locked trunk. Inside the trunk were 21 playing cards, all marked with initials and dates. Medical gloves, scalpels, ropes. And a final note written in blood. "I saved the best for last." The ace of spades. No name attached. No date. Just a warning. And then, silence. CJ was never seen again. To this day, no one knows where he went. Some say he fled Nigeria. Others believe he was protected by powerful people who didn't want their own secrets exposed. And as for DSP Obesai, he retired quietly in 2022. But in a rare interview, he left us with these words. You want to know the truth? I don't think CJ was working alone. And I don't think he's done. This was the serial killer who lurked in the shadows of Nigerian cities, a tale of darkness, silence, and shadows that still stretch across the streets we walk today. You may never hear his name again. But maybe, just maybe, he's still watching. If you found this story chilling, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to The Dark Truth of Time Immemorial.